Hi everyone. Yes, well, today's video is just for something. This is actually a response video I want to do. The response video to Dave about where you are with collecting and YouTube. So yes, I've watched his video. He's explaining about kind of where he is at this point with his collecting and where he is with his YouTube channel and stuff. And there have been a few response videos made to this video. I just felt a bit inspired to do one myself. Obviously, I'm a very small channel. I don't have many subscribers. As I say, I really do appreciate any support that I get, but I'll never put pressure on myself to gain so many subscribers, because if I do that, I know for a fact I won't enjoy it, and it'll feel more like a chore than a hobby. But anyways, I just wanted to do this response video. Yeah. So basically, I myself have been collecting different things for quite some time now. Things that I grew up with and I liked as a kid. I loved all these TV shows that are made ideally to sell toys to kids. I grew up with Power Rangers. I grew up with all kinds of Transformers, Pokemon, very lots of different anime, Disney merchandise, and then into things like Star Wars, and yeah, I've got so much merchandise. Yeah, and in recent years, since kind of more recent years, I've got back quite a big passion for collecting figures again, and play sets and all kinds of things, merchandise, plushies, games, like retro video games, because I'm a big gamers fan, that stuff like that. I don't buy as much as I used to, simply just to keep an eye on money, because I did go through a phase of life where I'd want to just buy anything, and I would, and then end up with no money. But yeah, I've learned to try and make more use of things I have got before buying something new. And in some cases, yeah, retail therapy can be something that works. When you're in a situation that you're not feeling so good, or something isn't going so well, when you've got a problem, it's quite sort of normal, I think, for people to go out and go and buy something that they're into to cheer themselves up a bit. Sure, you spend a bit of money, but everyone does it. And in recent time, there's been something in my new town that's opened up a new collector's stall on our market, which sells all kinds of retro things, retro toys, retro games, and that's where I've been getting all my stuff from. Yeah, basically, that's where I've been getting a lot of stuff from lately. I have bought some figures. I've also sold some stuff there as well, some old stuff like figures and games that I'm just not using anymore, so as to save me some money, because they do good trade value there as well. So recently things I found I wanted, like there was the Saban series, the Saban's Masked Rider, and I've been looking for a Masked Rider figure, because I did have one when I was a kid, but I found one there only for like a fiver. The prices this guy sells for is actually really, really good. Very, very good prices. And I've become one of his regulars. I'm going in there almost on a daily basis. I don't always buy anything, but just have a look. Yeah, and because prior to this place opening, I don't do much of shopping online. I like to go out to shops because I like to get out and about. I only resort to shopping online if it's something I want that I know I won't be able to find in this country, or or if the price is significantly cheaper. So I'm into all kinds of things. I have shops in the city of Leicester that I do like to go to, and it's things like there's toy shops we still have, like the Entertainer. Yep, the Entertainer. There's quite a good market there. Obviously, we don't have Toys R Us anymore. I mean, there are quite limited toy shops. There's very limited toy shops left in the market now. I think they've kind of all gone down. Toys R Us went out of business. There is a Smith's Toy Superstores in Leicester. I've never actually been in there because it's all the way out on the outskirts. I mean, I need to go and have a look in there and see what's there. I tend to do lots of my shopping for figures at second-hand places and at conventions. Obviously, I've gone now to TF Nation twice, which has been a wonderful experience. Both times I am attending the convention again this year, and that's where I like to pick up things. I love to go to collectors' fairs, conventions. The reason is, where I'm at with my collecting is I'm not buying a huge deal, but I have recently picked up, a few things like some figures I found that I wanted. Found some Digimon stuff, which is quite rare. I've got that. And also something I've got here. I picked this up from TF Nation last year. This was from the Saban series VR Troopers, which was kind of the Saban Sash spin-off series to Power Rangers sister series. A Skyborg Jet. I found this TF Nation last year. I bought that off Nick, and I bought that boxed. And so where I'm at with my collecting is I'm buying little bits and pieces here and there. I try not to spend too much on it because obviously TF Nation's now getting closer because we're now in April. I can't believe it, and I'm still saving up for there. And so I put a good bit of money away. I put a little bit of money away each week to save to TF Nation all year round. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with my collecting. I've recently quite a few old games recently. I've been playing on a PlayStation 2, playing both PS1 and PS2 games that I like. Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at the collecting. The reason why I do YouTube videos is basically I don't do it for any form of popularity. Really, it is wonderful to get support, and I do have some people that do send me some supportive messages, including some very good friends. One, of course, being Nolsey. Nolsey's done a really good response to Dave's video as well, and and like people I've met at TF Nation, like Sam, Tony. Everyone down there is fantastic. We do try and stay in touch all year round, and I'm also going to another event in October with Sam and Nolsey this year. But the reason why I do YouTube is because it gives me a chance just to kind of express myself and talk to the public about my hobbies, and it is really good. It's really fun to share your interests and interact with others, around the world who have the same hobbies and interests you have, and it gives you a chance to meet new people. As I say, without coming across certain YouTube channels back in the day, I wouldn't have even probably known about TF Nation. I wouldn't have, these great friendships that I have now with different people, and that's why I do it. There's so many, things in my life changed. I've been through a hard time in the past. During the past 10 years, I've had some hard times in life, both with work and with personal life. Things I don't really have to go into, but I think what helps me to count my blessings and just remember that I'm in a relatively good place in life is to express myself through my hobbies. And YouTube and social network has been a great way to do that, and that is kind of why, now, that's kind of why I've got the collecting bug back. I've got a lot of stuff, and I'm still buying bits and bobs here and there, but that's why I do it, because it's just because I can use things I buy now, because now I do it as well as doing sort of stuff related to. I haven't really done as many sort of toy reviews before. I'm more into playing games and doing reactions to favourite TV shows and stuff like that, and occasionally just doing a vlog. And occasionally just doing kind of a vlog or response video like this, plus doing live broadcasts. It's just for the fun of it, just for the social aspect, and just for the release it kind of gives me, which is why I like YouTube. And you know, and when it comes to the collecting, is just, you know, the fun of it, and just kind of getting just the collecting, both the collecting and YouTube is kind of a good just place to retreat to, you know, when things seem a bit too much. So that's yeah, that's just my reasons for doing it. I mean, I've got a huge stash of DVDs. I've recently traded in a load of old games, both PS4 and Xbox One, just to save myself a bit of money and be able to get myself some stuff that I know I would use. And you know, variously. The thing is, since I you know, I do have disabilities. I'm on the autistic spectrum. It's just the reason why I tend to have these quite probably high-rated interests in this sort of thing. These very passionate interests in, you know, in this kind of thing. I'm not saying that's specifically something that people like myself are into, because there's so many different kinds. You know, there's lots of people are into. I mean, like, you know, kind of the whole YouTube crew, the whole TF Nation gang, and, you know, various just people around the world who we see on the internet. And what this gives me a chance to do is to interact with others, and who do have the same interests I do, and you know, and it's a really good place for me to be, and that's the reason for both doing YouTube and for collecting. I don't tend to buy as much brand new in terms of plastic anymore. Well, I do occasionally, I will, but they tend to be quite expensive these days. And I remember back in the 90s kind of thing, you could buy a new 6-inch action figure could cost £4 or £5, but nowadays you could get them. You know, nowadays they're like £10 in shops. But yeah, it's just something that's release. It's something that enables me to interact with people who, the sort of people that are good for me to kind of form a friendship with, and all that kind of thing, which is why I just like to do it. Okay, well, yes, that's my little response to Dave. So where you are with collecting on YouTube, that's my response. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll give a shout out to Dave if you see this. It was a great video, buddy. Great to hear it. Okay, well, thanks all for watching. I did hope you enjoy it. If you like, please leave a like and subscribe. And just click the button down there. Okay, cheers everyone. Bye.